Things That Talk. I'm Brenda. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we can get no satisfaction. No satisfaction. Not for us. We tried. We tried. Right? We try to get satisfaction. And then what happens? We don't get any satisfaction. The Mets do not give us satisfaction. It's so terrible.
Hi, Margie. Hi, Darren. Hi, Mark.
Hi,
Emily.
Yes.
I think I'm actually seriously thinking on changing our weekly podcast to like a support group.
Group therapy right here.
All things
everybody
Mets
just
support
vent.
group.
Vent.
All things Mets talk support group.
Okay. Yeah, there
How's
you
that?
go.
You like
what do
it?
you think? You like that? I mean,
Honestly, because this is brutal.
so
brutal.
I want to tell you something. I have something to share.
Yes.
You know how I said I watch every single Met game.
Yeah, you did.
You know, sometimes I don't watch them live. Sometimes they're recorded and I watch them afterwards. But yesterday, so I was out and about. I wasn't home and I didn't watch the game.
Incredible.
Wait, guess what? I didn't watch the recording either. Like I always, regardless of whether they win or lose, I always put them on. I want to know what's happening. I want to listen to Gary and Keith and Ronnie. I want to get their input. I want to be prepared for tonight.
Yes,
and I was like, no, I cannot watch it. I was following them even though I was out and about. And I was like, no way do I want to even witness this. I can't.
It's
like I
really
wouldn't.
tough.
Yeah,
I was
wouldn't even
driving.
stomach it.
I was driving and I was listening on the radio.
Howie Rose.
Oh, thank God I was just by myself because
oh my gosh.
The stuff that came out of my mouth was
bad,
obscene,
right?
pretty bad.
Kid, not for kids, right?
No, not kid friendly for sure. So we're wearing pink because
we're wearing pink.
It's gonna be Mother's Day.
Look, I have pink nail polish too.
Nice. White.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, Mother's Day is Sunday.
No, it's next. It's next Sunday.
It's not this Sunday.
I think it's next.
No, isn't it this Sunday? Oh,
here we go
again. The 12th.
Yes, it's this Sunday.
Oh my gosh, you're a mom. You need to know this.
I'm
Gosh.
a mother.
I got my presents already.
I was testing you.
No, you were. You didn't know. It's Mother's Day this Sunday. Those poor, miserable Met fans and moms that'll be at the game.
I know.
Watching the Mets. Oh my gosh. That's like more of a Mother's Day nightmare.
Yes. Oh, Emily's birthday.
Oh, when? Now?
Sunday?
Today? Sunday? Come on, tell us. You know?
We have a comment here from March that I'm going to wait because.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
We want to first talk about our bad, really bad and good
bad, ugly,
and ugly, all that stuff. Yes, it's Sunday. Okay, we'll make sure to.
Yeah. Oh, happy early birthday.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and too bad the Mets are playing because if they weren't playing, at least you know they wouldn't lose, right? So now they have to win for your birthday and for Mother's Day.
Yep.
How about that? A birthday falling on Mother's Day, a mom's birthday.
No pressure, guys.
So the chances of the Mets winning probably 5%. So
all we can predict is a lot of drama.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So where do we begin?
Where do we start?
I mean, do we have any comments we could put out there now, or do we want to
We want to start with the bad.
Bad, not the ugly.
Okay, well, let's start with the good because it's not a lot.
Good. Christian Scott. Holy great Scott. Oh my God. I am in love with him.
I'm so excited for this kid.
A guy
he not only played well, but he had the attitude that he was there and he's been there forever.
And he had his fan base there, his family, his friends.
He had really nasty stuff. So I'm really excited. And I hope really this team scores runs
for him, right? They scored 1 run
for us and for him.
So the thing about him being up, the good thing for the Met organization is they actually brought up a prospect that is good, and
they didn't wait.
They didn't hold it back to when they're like totally out of it. I mean, it was nice that they did it now. It's May. It also should light a fire under the other pitchers.
Maybe some inspiration.
I mean, something to get the other guys going. It didn't, though. Unfortunately, I don't know why. They should go like, holy crap, this guy's going to take my place. But no, know, they sucked instead.
Darren says that the Mets don't usually play well at Tropicana Field. Hopefully they play better in
St. Louis.
In Show Me State.
Yeah.
Where they can show us what they're about.
Yeah. I mean, their first outing against St. Louis wasn't anything to write home about. So who knows? But, they're on the road. We got Manaea tonight. We have Quintana going and Budo, and that's our threesome, for this series. So, they should beat St. Louis, right? And yes, they are terrible against Tampa Bay, but no excuses. This weekend was the time for them to pull out a victory at Tropicana, and they didn't. I mean, if ever it was a good time.
It wasn't just that they didn't. It's just like they were like they didn't deserve to win. In my view, they didn't even deserve. They were getting on base for errors, and they were like not playing well, not scoring. So in my head, they didn't even deserve to win.
I mean, you walk so many batters. You leave so many batters or runners on base. You don't execute. Just
how can you win games? How can you win games like that?
You can't even throw a runner out. They took advantage of the Mets, their weaknesses. Why can't we look at the other team's weaknesses and exploit them?
Yeah,
the way other teams do that.
Lindor's definitely getting better, but but Pete is just like, hello. He's just
I don't know what's going on, but I saw an article. I just saw the headline. I didn't read the whole article, but there was something about like JD Martinez coming up should have helped Alonso. He should be protecting him, in the lineup. And I just was wondering, what is that? Like, what is it going to take for Alonso to get going? And I'm so glad Lindor is playing better, and not only hitting wise, but fielding consistent, which I never had qualms about. I always loved him in the field. And that play the other night or the other day, it was spectacular. Did you see that play that he made at home?
I was like in the hole, like
holy schmoly! Like that's a highlight reel right there.
Marte did amazing throws to home plate. It was really impressive.
Yes, I mean that was the other thing. That series, what a great victory that they had at the end of the series. To win that last game.
Yeah, we have here Mike Lift said, why did Bader line himself out for a fly ball when there were no outs and runners on the corners? Why?
Well, you know what? Did we get an explanation? Did he actually, because I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the replay, and I always watch the whole game. I watched the interviews, and I didn't. So like not yesterday because I refused to, but I want to know, anybody out there know what his explanation was for how he came up with this strategy to go for the ball, to dive and let it go behind him. What was his strategy?
Maybe he just wasn't even thinking.
He didn't. thinking that's the thing that you have to do in that situation.
Emily's going back to the Lindor wake up call.
The
And then
flu.
that's definitely, he needs to get the flu more often.
Yeah, so he played ill, or he came into a game after being out, the day before, and he played well, and he's hitting home runs, he's executing, he's playing great fielding, and yeah, go for the flu. Yeah. Maybe Alonso should get the flu.
Darren said that Mets walk too many batters, which becomes doubles and triples with at bats.
Yeah, a free base. Yeah, let's give it to, like, Oprah.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Give it to you. Give it. We're
Not
giving
only
away everything.
Not only that, but we're walking them, and then they're stealing left and right. So it's like a free for all.
It's like a double, right? Or a triple. They do.
Oh, you meant stolen bases. Yes.
Yeah.
You wrote ABs. Yes.
Walks. Oh, stolen base. I mean, everything. Everything you could think of that, like, fundamentally they are doing wrong.
Yeah. What I love when people say is like, Mets will find a way to lose. No matter what, a different way to lose.
Every day.
They're definitely creative, though. We gotta give them that.
I mean, we can't get it in sync. We can't get the pitching and the hitting and the,
Yeah,
fielding.
Alonso needs the flu too.
Yes, for sure.
We want Lindor to give me a kiss or something.
Has he gotten his flu shot? Maybe, there is the actual, for the vaccine, they give you the flu.
I know.
So maybe he should get that. Just like as a strategy, hey, did you have your flu shot? If you did, maybe you need another one.
Yeah, another bad thing is, I mean, most recently, I don't know which one I should start saying, like the defense, they were playing pretty sloppy the other day, and Diaz.
Oh, I don't know if I want to go there yet. Diaz. Well, you want to go there? Because you know what I'm going to say. If I go there, if we get on the topic of Diaz,
we will never end. It's 6:42.
We will never end, because I was against the World Baseball Classic. I blamed that.
The world in Ukraine and Russia. It was
I blamed everything on the
World Baseball Classic.
Well, you know what? He's not throwing the way he was before he got injured. And he's, we could say we'll never know. We'll never know, right? But the fact
that we'll never know.
No, I'm not leaving it at that.
Here we go, Tom. The biggest
He was injured. And it took him a year to come back, and he's not the same. And
Mike Liff says he's just human.
Yeah, he's human. But you know what? If you're going to get injured, why don't you get injured for the New York Mets and not for your country?
Okay, to all those new listeners, this is how Brenda feels about the World.
Yeah, and we had this contentious argument.
I'm pro and she's against.
I'm against.
There's always going to be people here and people there.
And there's that. I think, if Diaz didn't get hurt, I would have been like, okay, I don't like the World Baseball Classic, but I could live with it. I haven't been able to live with it since he got hurt.
All right. You have 3 more years.
Yeah. How about we
2 more years?
Do it when there's no impact to baseball.
Yeah, I'm okay with them.
To the Major League Baseball, that is. And the Mets.
I'm okay with them making them adjustments, but not canceling it. Okay, here. Oh, wait. Tom said the thing is that he has to be a dominant closer in order to have that kind of entrance. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I said it last week about I didn't think he should come into games when they're tied. Well, now I'm like, maybe he shouldn't come in when they're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he's human. He's performed well for us. Kudos to him a couple years ago, but let's not have him go back to 2022.
Yeah,
when he struggled with the Mets. So
Darren says that Otto and Sugar had no margin for error and pitch not to lose.
Yeah, I could not deal with Octavino at all. Ottavino.
He's been better this.
No, not recently.
Not recently.
He's been terrible.
Yeah, but they
recently.
were like saying, "Oh, the bullpen, Ottavino," and I could just say anything. Don't say anything good, because it just jinx them.
Yeah, well, it doesn't
know.
take much. I mean, you
Yeah,
don't
I
even
know.
have to jinx them. They're just,
Don't breathe.
I think he went from, I don't know what his ERA was, but it's like 2 something, and it went from like being like he was brilliant to being sloppy, bad, inconsistent. So
No, that loss on Sunday was pretty painful.
brutal.
Pretty painful.
Absolutely
To be that
brutal.
close to winning the game.
Yeah, and you
And
put your best
blow it.
closer in there, you expect him to shut the door. Shut the door.
Shut the freaking door. The front door.
So what else we have? Like
What else?
what other people
You guys
are
have any
thinking out
other-
there? What do we want to vent about the most?
What else do you guys think is bad? If you can think of anything else. We wanna hear it.
Then they're just gonna keep scrolling. Like there's gonna be a lot of
We're
comments.
gonna have like 150
but,
comments.
we talked about the good with Lindor. We talked about Christian Scott.
Scott and
you know,
Marte's
Marte's good.
McNeil.
McNeil.
Ooh, yeah.
Squirrel. Like it's time for like BB gun shooting the squirrel.
Oh, I thought you love animals.
I do, but there's some squirrels out there that need to be shot. Sorry.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I don't mean that literally, by the way.
I think Senga is, I don't know, we're talking about June maybe?
now.
Yeah.
I was like hoping for May, but he's throwing. He's he's at least present up here
Yeah.
in the bullpen, and
I also
working
heard
out.
that Alvi got his stitches removed today, and he's definitely staying flying with the team so he can practice catch and everything. So I'm hoping for a really speedy recovery.
But
for,
well,
Alvi.
when he went out, I was like, Nito will take that spot. I didn't think highly of Narvaez, but
Narvaez.
But Nito, I thought could step it up, and he's been a disappointment as of recently. And so maybe that'll get me back into liking Alvarez to come back.
All right. You said it. Brenda's the only Met fan in the world that does not like Alvarez.
I never said I did not like him. I like him. I just think he needs to be more consistent. He was not playing well this year, but I'm missing him a little bit. And
Who you prefer, Narvaez, Nito, or Alvarez?
Alvarez over the 3, but okay, how about let's pick another catcher.
Gary Carter, Mackie Sasser.
Not another old Matt, but
all right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So
Emily, about
I don't
McNeil. Yeah, defense is terrible.
Well,
in the bat. Is he just trying to hit like bombs instead of like the little short
I think
ball
he thinks he's on the golf course still. I mean, remember I said that last week. He's like trying to lift it, his swing. And
here's the other bad thing. Pete Alonso is killing the Mets, had chances to break game open with bases loaded. The amount of bases loaded left like on the field.
I didn't see it, but I
painful.
heard, and I just could imagine that it was really terrible yesterday. Yeah. And
Painful.
by the way, I have that game recorded. So will I ever see that?
I don't recommend it.
I don't want to see them leaving anybody on base. And that's the other thing too. Like we get disappointed in these pitchers, whether it's starting pitching or relievers, but then we don't produce for them and we don't support them from a run standpoint.
So in the DeGrom days, I don't even know with DeGrom was like, to me, it was the first time that was obvious and painful to see such great pitchers and bad offense. I don't know if that ever happened before.
Yes, Tom Seaver,
Okay.
Jerry Kuzman, John Matlack, the 70s guys.
So wow. So this is like
This is like a regular thing. I mean, we had that spurt in the 80s
Wow.
where we had,
it's a curse.
we had some support because we had really good players like Hernandez, like Carter and Strawberry. But there were, I mean, the Mets have a history of, having pitchers, that come up that pitch well and then they don't get run support. It's just definitely a Mets thing. I think, I mean, I go way back and my favorite players were pitchers, and it always bothered me that they didn't get the run support that they deserved. And
well, let's hope they change that.
And it was a
long tradition.
It was a lot worse then because they didn't, have these considered quality starts. You either you won or you lost.
Yeah.
So these pitchers who would give up one run would get a loss, and nobody would even recognize them other than their ERA being great. And they just, it was like when you think about some of these stats, they could be so much better if they had the run support.
Oh yeah.
So,
if we scored all the runs, that means
and
half of the runs that we don't make.
And we wonder why players don't want to come here. Why don't they want to come to New York? Why don't they want to come to the Mets? Well, maybe they want to come to the Yankees, not the Mets. It's crazy.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm going back.
Okay.
Mark says, why should they try to hit if the pitchers are going to play in the WBC? Why do they try to hit?
Why do they try to hit? I don't know.
Why should they try to
question?
hit? I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. Clarify
that question.
Clarify. So,
if the pitchers are going to,
we'll just let him restate
or if anybody
that.
can answer that question for Mark,
if you understand it, yes. So what else do we have out there? So, should we beat St. Louis this week? Let's have some predictions.
Yes. One more thing from Darren. Mets actually had leads in all 3 games in Tampa. That's true.
Yeah. So
even more painful.
Yeah. So, but look at the Christian Scott game. He gave up 1 run.
Yeah.
Should he lose? Or he didn't get the loss, right?
Yeah.
But
6 strikeouts, 94 pitches, allowed 5 hits. He did
1
amazing.
walk. 1 walk. I want to state that. I want to yell it because these pitchers that have 6, 7 walks. I mean, Severino, what are you doing?
Severino,
my boy. That's my boy. That's my ace.
Yeah.
I think that was the most walks he's ever had in his career.
Yeah. And then we're overusing our relievers.
Yeah. So
Emily says, honestly, you can't even predict we split the Cup Series, then swept the Rays.
Got swept by the Rays. Yeah, it's and that last game that they won, like I said, that come from behind, that great victory over the Cubs. And then you go into Tampa. I don't care that it's Tropicana and you have a bad record there. You should have at least won 1 game.
We got dragged. It feels like we got dragged through the mud like that last weekend.
Well, we created that.
No, I know.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Oh, we as fans, right?
Yeah.
Not them.
Yeah,
not the players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like tiring to be that excited and then let down and
so. But I'm going to talk about this because it's happening now with the changes. So we saw Scott come up. That was good for management. We see that Hauser, who's failed as a starter, is now going to be a middle reliever. So the Mets are making moves.
And they're not waiting long, which is good.
Right. So I think this management is so much better than last year. I think we'd probably be in last place now.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have made some of the moves that they're
Where's-
making, especially when the relief pitchers in the beginning of the year weren't doing well. They just shipped them out. I know we obtained one back, which
We
I
are
don't
like
know.
7.5 games from
From
I
what?
don't know.
First place?
Yeah.
I mean, we do play the Braves this weekend. That's the other
So,
thing.
Christine Noem had a worse week than the Mets.
Yeah, so talk about shooting. I wouldn't even laugh about that.
Who's
It's
that?
made me very sad. The governor of North Dakota, she shot her dog and
Oh.
bragged about it
Oh.
in a book.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Terrible.
Andreina wants nothing to do with politics.
Ah,
So we're So
I don't want to know about those people.
Yeah, they're bad. They're very bad people. So so at least the
Maybe
Mets-
as bad as the Mets.
no, the Mets. At least we have
No.
our dog days are on the field,
Yes.
but we're not like killing them. But
Wow. Well,
yeah. So what else we got out there? So
Uh-huh.
so we have Hauser going as middle relief. Let's
Mhm.
see when we
oh,
see him.
I
right?
think
Let's,
Marge had a comment here.
Oh yeah, go back to anything we missed. So
Okay, here. Margie said that the Mets announced Monday that their claimed right-hander Johan Ramirez of
waivers,
from the Orioles
Yeah, I heard
recently
that.
designated him for assignment. Wait, isn't that the one we got?
Yeah, so no, we
let go of him, right? Didn't we?
we let go another guy.
Wasn't
Like
that him? Oh my God, I'm like,
Yeah. So
I'm
who
not
knows?
familiar with this.
We cannot keep track of some of these.
Give us
moves,
more
so-
information, Margie.
Yeah. So, we have Hauser going in middle relief. What other moves did they make?
We have to see because Scott is definitely going to stay in the rotation.
Oh, he's going to stay. They're going to go with the 6-man rotation for sure.
Mhm.
So, so that's one of the
We have Quintana.
changes.
Tonight we have Manaya and
So tomorrow we have Budo
Puro
and
and Quintana.
Quintana, and then I don't know who's pitching against Atlanta, but the Mets are home against Atlanta, and I know Scott is going to be one of the pitchers. Well, I'm just saying
I think
that.
he's
I haven't
in.
seen the schedule, but
He's in. Since last game, this is Darren. Since last game of Dodger series, Mets have lost series to below 500 teams, Giants, Cards, and Rays.
yeah, after winning series against
The Dogs.
500 teams.
Yeah.
And I said it last week, that 10-0 loss on Sunday, that last game of that series against the Dodgers was such a killer. I just felt like that took the
Mhm.
all the
Oh,
air out of
yeah.
them. And because we were riding high, like, oh, we're going to beat the Dodgers in the series. And then to lose that way, ever since that game, they've been terrible.
Yeah. So thank you for clarifying. He was with the Mets. And
Oh, yeah.
We got him again, just like Tompkin.
Yeah. So
Which
I think I
we
discarded
fresh
the-
arm. Yes, thank you, Tom. Johan was already with the Mets this
Yeah,
year.
yeah. No, I remember
didn't do
you knew
well.
that. Yeah,
Why
you-
are we picking him up? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. It's so weird. What are they doing? Is there like a money saving thing by getting
I don't know. Are we
unloading them and
supposed to
picking
give
them
him
back
another try?
up?
Yeah.
I don't know. Feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I
You can
don't
only
know.
get rid of him
It's
if you
so
pick him up
weird because
once.
I knew Ramirez was playing on their team, but I was like, he was so non-existent for me that like I wouldn't even known that he was like gone.
Yeah,
and
that's why
came
I was
back.
like, oh, wasn't he in the team?
Well, the Orioles are a good team, so they're like, what are we gonna do with this guy? Give him back to the Mets. You know?
Tom says must have to do something with the roster space.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you look in their the minor leagues, and I know there's a lot of consideration when you bring up a young player
Mhm.
with their contracts and the options they have, so they don't do it right away. But there's some valuable key players they could bring up. But
Emily
down
said-
instead of getting these guys back, bring up some of these other guys. Vientos, bring up Vientos again.
Emily said maybe we need him just to hit batters again, like you did with Hoskins.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
But for a while we liked Ramirez. Remember, like for that particular play, we're like, yay, he had some guts.
Tom said, yeah, that's right, Emily. He's the guy who tried to hit
Yeah,
Hoskins and missed and got
yes.
ejected. Anyway, I knew that was familiar. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
So what else we got going out there?
You guys want to get anything out of your system? Because we've been
vent now because we're going. Well, the Met game starts a little bit later tonight, but we will not vent too much more. We're gonna end it pretty soon.
Emily said some of the arms we sent down won't be available for a couple of days because of the amount of time they have to stay down before being called up.
Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I know there, like I said, there's those considerations, but I just feel like maybe they can manage that a little better. Or not fill in with these guys that they got rid of for some reason. They got rid of them, but for some reason they want them back.
Yeah, I think
like maybe pick up somebody else.
That's another good thing. The front office is very reactive and proactive. So I'm liking that. It's like they're paying attention.
Unless they end up like where they were last year and they're sellers and we're going to all be disappointed. So,
all right. And we're not there yet.
And
hopefully, Tom said the Mets are going to turn it around. They need a big win to get back on track. Yes, Tom.
They need,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're going to take it one day at a time, but I'm always go for those long winning streaks,
Tom is saying hi to Olivia. Mets hit better on the road. Yes. That's a good point.
So they don't pitch better
in this series.
I don't know. I have to look at that split. I haven't seen that road home split for pitching. That would be good to know.
Okay, I'm going to say this name. Dingleberry says the Braves are better.
I
mean, that's true.
Well, we know that. That's no surprise.
Thank you for stating the obvious.
Yeah. But you know what? They were better when they went into the playoffs last year, too, against Philadelphia, and they lost. So, you know what? It doesn't always pay to be that top team finishing in first place. So go ahead, Braves. Finish in first
they
do all the time and then lose in the playoffs.
They have a lot more to lose than us.
That's right. And
thank you for joining us.
Yes. And you know what? What are our expectations this year anyway? Aren't we where we thought we would be? Under 500?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they'd be playing a little bit better, especially after they had that winning streak. I thought, hey, now we're going to see it. JD's coming on. They bring up Christian Scott.
Emily says maybe it will be like 2022. Phillies are ahead of the Braves. The Braves will win the NL East, National League East, and we could be third and then make the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, even if we want to talk, what was it? The Braves were 2021. They won the World Series. Right? It wasn't 2022. The Braves won in 21 and they were basically 500 at All-Star break. And they made some moves and that helped them win the World Series.
Because they had to make the moves to win.
Yeah, well, they're a good organization. Let's see if the Mets can follow suit. Yeah.
Well, we're
at the end of time. And
yes.
And if you joined us late, we do record this, so you can go back and watch it afterwards. And please share, like us, let everybody know, subscribe. We need subscribers. We're new to this. We really are new compared to other podcasters, so we need that support. We appreciate all our viewers. And we hope you come back.
We welcome all of you, even Braves fans.
I don't think he's a Braves fan, but we never know. I'll welcome a Braves fan.
I mean, really,
I'll welcome anybody to come on our podcast and chat baseball. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and I hope we did better we can, just like we did in Atlanta. We did win in Atlanta. So let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Thank you, Tom. You're our number one
Yes.
fan.
Thank
We
you so much.
appreciate it so much, Mark.
Let's go, Matt.
Who else we got out there? My Instagram live. Say goodbye to the Instagram. Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Bye, everybody. Thanks for our new viewers. Welcome. Come back. Please share. We got to grow our fan base. We're just starting out, so help us. Thanks, Emily.